Welcome everybody, it's the Essence and I hope you're having a great day. Today we got another scouting breakdown, this time on Ebuka Okorie, who I really do feel like is going to be a perfect fit on the Pistons next year. If you watch the Pistons play in the playoffs, one of their biggest issues and one of the reasons that they didn't make it out of the second round was the fact that they didn't really have anyone that could take the pressure off of Cade Cunningham and, create their own advantages, take those ball handling and secondary playmaking duties. They didn't really have anyone that could do that. Ebuka Okorie can do that in spades. Watch this first clip right here where he's absolutely going to fry this defender. Bump, Euro, drop off pass, yam on the first clip. 2.5 on this clip. And this is one of the toughest plays I've seen from Ebuka Okorie, just creating from the top of the key. He rarely needs screens to get himself downhill right here. You'll see he's loading up to explode off that back leg, gets super low, which makes this defender have to commit all the way over to the left, hits him with that shoulder bump, moves him out of the way, which draws this defender. Great drop-off pass, uses the shot fake to get that center to jump up, and that is just an amazing clip to start. And you're already seeing how bursty and elite Ebuka Okorie is at just penetrating, slashing into the paint, and making things happen. You're going to see it again here, coming up the court. 3-4 defenders all around him right here. It does not matter. Ebuka Okorie is a walking fast break. Get out my way. Tough lefty lay right here in this clip right here. Just drives straight into this defender's chest, takes all of the contact, just lays him at the rim, sends him out of bound with his offhand. He's a very physical and acrobatic driver, which is one thing that I really do love about Ibuka's game. He does not shy away from contact, and he's going to get to where he needs to get no matter what. He's going straight into your chest, and this is what Detroit has needed for a while now, is a player like this that isn't Cade Cunningham, who can take over these duties and just create advantages by being an absolute missile into the paint. Like here again, driving, lays this guy with the left hand again. This is a very hard contact play here again, where he's going to take the screen. The stop-start ability is absolutely insane, as you see right here, where he's just hesitating, hits this little like hitch with his feet where he loads up and then explodes through this window and gets himself to the rim. And he does this routinely. Like, it is insane. This next clip, the speed that he picks up, he just has an absolute turbo booster on his back. Watch this right here, where the high pickup with all of these defenders, like I said, walking fast break, just high pickup lay. He does miss that, but it is insane how he is able to just completely shred all of these defenders who are in the way. That's like they're not even there, because his speed and knowledge of space and fluidity just allows him to explode through the smallest of gaps. Like you'll see throughout this video, you'll think Ibuka doesn't have a window or an angle to make something happen, and then like right here, like this really doesn't look like Ibuka has anything. It looks like, okay, you should pull back out, you don't have an advantage. Ibuka is the advantage, just cuts through this small little gap right there and gets to the rim. He does miss, but it just shows how bursty and insane he is in these situations that allow him to create advantages basically at will. And this is something that the Pistons would have very much loved to have last year in the playoffs. It was a constant issue with them that they didn't have people that could create their own shot or create advantages that weren't Cade Cunningham, and it made their offense very stagnant. I feel like Ebuka Okorie could come in this upcoming season and not solve that, but really make that problem so much of an afterthought. I truly do think that he is a guy that they are instantly going to put into their rotation, and I could even see him starting next to Cade Cunningham because of how elite he is playing off the ball as well, and then also taking over those duties where Cade Cunningham is more of a guy that operates off of screens. Ebuka Okorie does not need a screen to score, and he does still use screens. It's not like something that he's a completely like against, and I will say I would like to see his operation with screens passing get a little bit better. One stat that I really kind of was weird to me, not weird to me, but stood out, was that he had a 0.77% assist to usage ratio, which is really, really low. And it is because of his disposition. He's a player that really doesn't look for the open man all of the time. I'm not saying he's a bad passer. He actually is a pretty good passer, and we'll get to those clips later in this video. But disposition wise, he's trying to get a bucket. Like, he's trying to score. In the pick and roll, he is not trying to dice up the defense and find an open man and manipulate. He's trying to get to the rim or pull up or just get a bucket. That's what Ebuka Okorie is basically. That's his superpower. He's a guy that doesn't need screens or doesn't need all this other stuff to get himself into the positions where he feels comfortable to score. And you can very much tell that by his usage percentage. 31% usage at Stanford last year. And if you watched any of their games, it was very evident how much they leaned on him as a creator. But I really do feel like in the NBA, when he's surrounded by these better players, because overall his supporting cast on Stanford wasn't too great. I feel like surrounded by better players and a better offense, that could be remedied. But even with those concerns, these are just insane clips of him just completely frying people off the line. Like the speed, I love how great he is at stop start. I think I've mentioned that in the past in this video, but he will just like come off a screen. Like in this clip, he's going slow, he's just like probing the defense, and then he's gonna load his feet right there, explode off the back foot, completely blows by that guy. Like, he does this all the time. And one thing you're gonna see him do a lot as well, wave off. Yo, give me space. He's waving him off, because if he has space like this where you got him isoing at the top of the key, you better pray, because he's going to get by you. He's going to get his shoulder by you. And it is just insane how he is just effortlessly able to manufacture these paint touches. And it's the little things too, right? Where he drives, gets his advantage on this defender, sees the defender's arm is on him, pushes it up, which creates an even better angle. Just that those little physical things that he does, like in the first clip where he shouldered that guy and then euroed back to the right because he was committing left. He does stuff like that all the time, and it just creates this wide open lefty lay. He does this stuff routinely, and it is so impressive. In the finishes, man, are insanely impressive within themselves. Like, him getting to these spots are crazy. Like in this clip where he's just setting up the offense, hits a quick in and out, which gets this guy leaning. That little bit of lean towards the baseline allows him to explode through this window, and two defenders on him in the paint, jumps high as hell, takes all of this contact in the air, inside finish. His back is to the rim. Do you realize his back is to the rim, and one lay? Insane acrobatics there. And again, on that clip, just blowing through the entire defense like it's not there. He does this so much. If he gets a run up in the fast break, you better pray, because he's about to just explode through your defense. And you're seeing that in these clips of just how amazing he is and how burst he is in these situations. Like this clip where he pauses for a split second, explodes. The defender has no time to react to even contest the shot. He's in position. It just doesn't matter. Ibuka's too fast. Or right here where he pauses on the screen, sees Henry Vasar having to come in and seal off this offensive player, and then takes that advantage to just blow right by him, get to this inside finish. Very tough angle. Not a lot of space there. Still finishes that. This is another great clip of him. Like, oh my God, that's such a tough layup to finish there. And his ability, like, he hunts mismatches better than almost any other prospect that I've seen in this draft class, and I really do feel like that will help him, when playoff time comes around, because more and more teams are just switching everything. If he gets a guy that is just a little bit slow-footed, it's barbecue chicken. It's complete barbecue chicken. Just blow by, gets through that window by Caleb Wilson, and then just lays him at the rim with another insanely acrobatic inside hand finish, and one again. Split right here with the tween. Caleb Wilson coming up at him at the rim. Lay me. Like, he is just insanely adept in these situations of just flying downhill, jumping into people, contorting his body, and still finishing. It is truly special. Like, you see it in that clip too. How amazing he is, getting through the tightest little gaps. He comes off this screen, has his defender in jail right here. 3 guys right here, all focused on Ebuka Okorie. They're all guarding him. They're not even looking at their man. And he's going to take this opportunity. Look, oh, big lens flare. Look at how little amount of space Ibuka has to operate here, and he's still gonna basically crawl through all of these hands and get through. It's just insane. They're all trying to get his dribble. It just doesn't matter, and this guy has to step over and just foul him at the rim. Like, it is insane what Ebuka Okorie is able to do as a driver, and I really do think that is going to be something that is going to be instantly impactful when he gets on the Pistons and starts playing next year, because they needed someone like this so bad, someone that could create advantages and be a primary ball handler and take over the playmaking duties sometimes, which you're going to see in these clips here where he's going to explode downhill. You see they're sending a double at him, which was a constant last year when he was at Stanford, and he's just going to get by, create this huge advantage. The whole defense is tilted to the right side of the floor. Euros through the lane, avoids this guy in the gap, jumps in the air, makes him go up, and then throws a wild skip pass with one hand to the corner, creates a wide open 3 right there. We're going to see again him, behind the back, loses that defender with the speed, sees this guy cutting baseline, hops up and just finds him perfectly over the heads of all those defenders. This is something that the Pistons could have used so much in the playoffs. This ability to use speed to create space and openings for his teammates. Stuff like this too, on the fast break, finding a wide open guy in the corner. He is just amazing in these situations. This little in and out to get to the paint to find that guy wide open. Like, you can see how the entire defense, when he comes down the floor, looks at him because they know, turn. Oh my God, that shift is crazy. And then they all have to collapse or he's gonna lay them at the rim right there. And it creates these wide open 3s. This too, doubles were constant for Ebuka Okorie because he was just so effective at scoring, and he handled them with grace. Like, he is so good under pressure. Like, this is a crazy one-hand whip pass to the corner, which creates this wide open 3. Nice little hockey assist right there, showing his ability to kind of be that guy, that initiator that can deal with this pressure and find openings, create flow in the offense, which was something that the Pistons did not have at all. This is another crazy skip pass out to the top of the key right here, where again, isoing against a slow-footed defender. That little pause, then explosion down to the lane, completely gets by this guy, which causes, again, this entire left side of the floor to have to collapse. And he's going to do another crazy jump pass, jumps in the air. Look how acrobatic this is to find this guy at the top of the key. Perfectly accurate, may I add. This is one of my favorite clips when it comes to him passing. So he's going to come off this screen. Henry Vasar comes over and hedges, and then they're going to double. They were doing this entire UNC game, and he had like 36. It didn't matter. So he's coming down. He sees, okay, what are we doing over here? Spacing awful. This guy's wide open, but this guy's in the way. You know what Ebuka Okorie's going to do? Floor general stuff. Pushes his arm out, says, hey, cut through, man. Cut through. He sees the read. He cuts through, takes the extra second, finds his man, wide open three. High feel stuff, floor general stuff, stuff that the Pistons would have loved to have last year. And then the one last thing that Ebuka Okorie offers is, with his speed, insane deceleration and shot making ability both in the mid range and behind the 3-point line. Like, this is a crazy clip. Loses the ball, takes one dribble. This defender is in position. Ibuka's jumper is just so fast. It doesn't matter. Fires that up green like it's nothing. And again, here, coming off of these screens, they don't even expect him to come over or come around the screen and just instantly pull, but you gotta be ready. Like, I know that Ebuka Okorie is one of those players where you're basically always gonna be wanting to play back because he'll burn you so easily. But if you don't step up, he's going to fry you from behind the arc. His jumper's insanely fast, and he is an elite shot maker with elite touch. He can hit very tough shots from behind the arc, and you see again with how much of a threat he is to get downhill, how scared this defender is to step up on him, and he's just going to rock him to sleep. This little tween into the step back, green in his face. Man, Ebuka Okorie will be a revelation for the Pistons. 26.5 player efficiency rating at Stanford. That is insane. 1.91 assist to turnover ratio, which is pretty decent. And I would say that Cade Cunningham has turnover problems. I feel like Ebuka Okorie can really be a guy that sometimes Cade can defer to, and overall they'll balance each other out in that way, because Cade Cunningham is a great playmaker when he is not throwing dumbass passes and turning the ball over. He's a guy that is mostly a floor general in a way that Ebuka Okorie is not, and I feel like they can really balance each other out in that way too. And then one of the last stats that I want to bring up is a .449 free throw rate. This guy drew fouls at an insane rate at Stanford, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was just so bursty that he would just catch defenders completely off guard, and all they could do is foul him. Also, 8.4 offensive box plus minus. Just an absolute insanely productive offensive player that I expect Pistons fans this time next year to be like, wow, what a good get. What a good trade. We needed this guy so bad. And man, I mean, we'll see what other moves the Pistons make this offseason, but I truly do think Ebuka Okorie is going to be a mainstay in Detroit. Absolutely. If you're a Pistons fan, you should be very, very happy that you got Ebuka Okorie. It's got legit star upside, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I make new videos every week, so if you want to, you should subscribe. I think only like 2% of people who watch my videos are subscribed, so I would enjoy if you subscribed. If you like basketball, you like NBA, you like college basketball, you like prospects and scouting, this is the channel for you. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and this is The Essence signing out. Hope you have a great day.